Hello everyone, Megan Spears, nurse practitioner with Healthy Tomorrows. I'm here today to go over labs, thyroid labs in particular, and what we should have drawn by our provider if we suspect we have a thyroid issue. Now, a lot of the time we'll have our provider will draw a TSH. Now, although that's important to look at, it doesn't give us a whole picture of what is going on. So I'm going to go over the labs that I suggest you ask your provider to have drawn, or you can come and see us here at Healthy Tomorrows and we can have them drawn for you and let you know if it truly is a thyroid issue that's going on. So let's go over what I suggest. Okay, so TSH, we already said that. T4 and T3 are additional labs that we usually have drawn by our providers. And then we also have a T3 free and T4 free. In addition, T3 reverse is a lab that we should have drawn. And T3 reverse actually can give us a lot of insight on what is influencing our thyroid. If our T3 free is low, the T3 reverse sometimes will be high. And I talk about how the T3 free is more like our gas and our T3 reverse is our brakes. So are we riding our brakes or are we pushing on our gas? We need to have a nice balance of both. So we have T3 reverse, and then oftentimes what won't be drawn that we need to look at is whether our body is kind of attacking itself or the thyroid. So we want to look at TPO. We also want to look at anti-TG or anti-thyroid globin. And that is very helpful to see if we have a Hashimoto's or Graves' autoimmune condition. And then the last two that I suggest having drawn, and I have recently been doing that in the last, I would say 6 months or so, and it gives us a lot of insight on what the body is doing, is thyroid binding globulin, TBG. This is actually a plasma protein carrier for thyroid. It binds the thyroid hormone and it's synthesized in the liver. So if we have something going on here, we might have liver problems or something like that. But we want to look at that. But we also want to look at a T3 uptake. And TBG and T3 uptake are players, they play together with each other kind of. And if one is high, the other one's low, usually. And that gives us some insight. T3 uptake gives us some insight if we have a hormone imbalance. Sometimes we'll see a change in this if we're really high in testosterone or if we have some estrogen dominance. We'll also see this in PCOS. We'll see a change in that as well. So these all together are really the thyroid panel you should be requesting from your provider and ask them to look at these numbers. This is something I do in our clinic here, and I think it's important to look at the whole physiology of the thyroid and not just a couple numbers up here that really don't give us a good idea of what's going on. So again, take a snapshot of this list, ask your provider to have those drawn, or better yet, come to our clinic and have it drawn here and we can review your thyroid panel and get you feeling better again or figure out what the root cause of your symptoms are. I hope you're having a great day and thank you.